Hey everyone, the United States of America is currently under turmoil, and we are on the brink of civil war. So allow me to explain. So if you've been into the American political world pretty much ever since 2016, you would know about an individual named Charlie Kirk. Charlie Kirk was the founder of Turning Point USA. It's a conservative activist movement. That's what it was. It was supposed to help the younger generation fight for what's right in America. Not only that, but he was also known for going to colleges and universities and having debates with the liberal students. Set up these benches, have chairs and all that, and give them each a microphone, and they would have debates about every single type of subject in America. And Charlie was pretty good at debating those liberal students. He was very good at it, most of the time at least. And a lot of times it got out of hand. Because you know how liberals are, they're deranged lunatics. So they'll say some of the most vile stuff to you, and they'll feel happy about it. And Charlie had to endure that for many years. He went through a lot. Despite all that, he never gave up. He never gave up on the movement at all. So the reason why we're talking about Charlie Kirk is that he's dead now. Charlie Kirk has been assassinated, and this happened yesterday, a day right before 9/11 too. And I would show the video, but it's too graphic and YouTube would not allow it. They wouldn't. Get out! So I will describe it for you guys who haven't seen it. So Charlie Kirk went to a university in Utah. And of course he was doing his usual thing, going to universities and having debates with liberal students. And the area that he was at can be described like this. He was underneath a tent with a table in front of him. He had a microphone, and there was a huge crowd of people right in front of him. So many people came to watch the debates, and of course I'm pretty sure his family were present there as well. And there were just so many people. And as usual goes, their liberal students would come up and challenge Charlie to a debate. And the last debate that Charlie was in was basically about gang violence. That's what he was asked about. So him and that student were talking about gang violence, and Charlie allowed the liberal to speak his view and all that. That guy continued to talk, and Charlie was listening. He just sat there and listened to what the guy had to say. Next thing you know, Charlie gets shot in the neck. He gets shot in the neck by a rifle, and you can see the hole form in his neck. Anyone who isn't blind can see that hole. He got shot in the neck. He's ended up limping on his table, and not 1 second later, a whole bunch of blood start pouring out of his neck, or like a fucking waterfall. It's the type of shit that you would see in a Hollywood action movie. It was so gruesome. It was crazy. It's pretty obvious that the bullet hit a blood vessel, which made it obvious that Charlie was not gonna make it. Charlie got shot in the neck. A whole bunch of blood came out. He's just bleeding right there. And everyone in the crowd just starts freaking out. They started screaming. So many people start screaming. It was chaos. It was just awful. And then eventually people started running away and all that. And eventually a whole bunch of medical AVAT people got Charlie's body and escorted him to the hospital and all that. Man, it is such a sad moment. It's got to be one of the most sad moments in American history. I've literally known Charlie Kirk for all of my political life. I've known him ever since I started politics, or at least got involved in politics. And God, I always like to see those debate videos appear in my online feed. To see that he's now dead, it feels awful. It doesn't feel right at all. The fact he's now gone forever. And I remember watching that clip of him getting shot in the neck. When I saw that, my heart was in so much pain, excruciating pain. It was like the devil himself grabbed my heart and he tightened his grip on it, like he was trying to choke the life out of me. And he was like saying, "Yeah, Charlie Kirk's dead." That's how it felt to me. My heart was beating so rapidly. It was so scary, and it made me so damn furious. I never met Charlie Kirk, but I'm definitely gonna miss him because he's made such an impact on life. And I was so scared even though I wasn't even there. Oh, man, it was such a tragedy. He did not deserve that. That was absolutely not okay. And I gotta get this over with. The response from the left on this incident is so evil, so demonic, so heartless. Liberals have now made it official that they are evil. They have made it official now. There is no denying it. And we should not try to coexist with them after this. The way that they responded to this incident is awful. You can go on TikTok and you'll see so many of these videos of these deranged liberal lunatics celebrating his death. There's so many of those type of videos. They're just cheering and dancing and all that, like it's like they just won the Super Bowl or some shit. It's fucking insane. And you go on places like Blue Sky, just calling for more violence after that, and of course celebrating, of course. I mean, what do you expect? It's Blue Sky. It's X, but for liberals. And then you got people on Reddit, again, celebrating it and calling for more violence. And they'll even take down Freds who promote Charlie Kirk. That's how bad it's gone. So many people in this world are straight up cheering on Charlie Kirk's death simply because he was different than them. That's all it was. And I hate liberals. I hate them so fucking much. They are not real people. They are not humans at all. They are so evil, so demonic. They hate everything that's good. It is fucking insane how we have to coexist with these people. And of course, you got the politicians in America who say stupid shit as well. You got these people on the Democrat side who like to pretend that they care, even though it's pretty obvious they don't. You got people like Elon Omar, AOC, Barack Obama saying that they sympathize for Charlie Kirk. But we all know that's a bunch of bullshit. They have been calling us fascists and Nazis for 8 years now. 8 years straight. They encourage violence against people who are different than them. They spew nothing but hatred on a daily basis. They are so delusional in their beliefs that they're the good guys. They are responsible for Charlie Kirk's death. All these people in the Democrat Party, the mainstream media, liberal lunatics, they are responsible for this. This is all on them. And the mainstream media, of course, says stupid shit. You got this one lady just cackling over Charlie's death, spreading lies, saying that stupid shit about gun control and how Republicans are supposedly escalating things, even though it was the Democrats' fault. I mean, it goes on and on and on about how evil the establishment is. It goes on and on and on. It doesn't end. So many of these evil people think it's perfectly okay to take a life of a man simply because he's different than them. They have literally proved that they are what they oppose. They claim to be against racism, but they're perfectly okay with being racist towards white people. They claim to be against sexism, but they're perfectly okay with being sexist towards men. And they claim to be against fascism, even though they literally engage in killing political opponents. That's exactly what a fascist does. Do you dumbasses not realize that? These people are not self-aware at all, and they never take responsibility for their actions. They always deflect and blame others. They never want to take responsibility, and they always play the victim card too. So, yeah, liberals straight up being evil, the mainstream media lies as usual, politicians pretend to care. And I remember this one time in the Congress, someone on the Republican side has said that we should take a moment for a silence for Charlie Kirk. Next thing you know, everyone on the Democrat side started screaming and shouting no at the Republicans. They just started a whole ruckus in Congress because they don't want to pay respect to an innocent man. And the shouting got so bad, both sides were shouting at each other in Congress. And Speaker Mike Johnson had to literally pound his gavel in order to get them to stop. And it's like I said, Democrats are fucking demons. The fact that they won't take a moment of silence for an innocent man just shows how evil they are. They're nothing but pure evil. So, yeah, that's what's been going on ever since Charlie Kirk was assassinated. And one good thing that's come out of this is that we are finally taking action against the left. We are making them pay for what they've done. And here's something you guys need to understand. It is not acceptable to celebrate the killing of an innocent person, okay? It does not matter how you feel about them. It does not matter how much you disagree with their politics. You have no right to murder someone. That's illegal and immoral. And need I remind you, Charlie Kirk was a husband and a father. He had 2 kids. And again, Charlie Kirk was loved by so many people. He actually had a large, diverse fan base. He was loved by Christians. He was loved by blacks. He was loved by Koreans. And even furries have come out to support him. Furries. He has such a diverse, big fan base. So many people loved him for what he did. And, golly, it's sad how people think it's perfectly okay to just hate on someone like that. And they're always saying like he's an extremist and all that shit, even though he wasn't. That whole day for me was extremely sad and depressing. That entire day was just sad. Man, it's just so sad to see our current state of America. And now, like I said, Charlie was a husband and a father. So now his children are gonna grow up fatherless, and his wife is now a widow. And it was confirmed that his daughter was present during that incident. She was 6 feet away from him, and she literally witnessed her father get shot. And now, that gunshot that she heard is going to give her shell shock for the rest of her life. She is now traumatized. The left thinks it's perfectly okay to traumatize kids. They've made it clear they do not care about Charlie's wife or his kids. They don't care if they permanently scar a little child. They do not care. Because to them, the only thing that matters is fear and control. That's all that's ever mattered to him, or to them. And I agree with what a lot of these people are saying. That I'm agreeing with what some of the people that I like, what they're seeing on the internet. Why should we coexist with these people? How do you coexist with people that hate you? How? You can't do that. It's impossible. It is literally impossible to coexist with the left. You can't do it. Look at what they've done for the past 8 years. They have done so much irreversible damage to our country. It's fucking crazy. And I'm so glad that I meant to say this earlier. I'm so glad that action is finally being taken. We are punishing the people who are celebrating Charlie Kirk's life, Charlie Kirk's death. All these deranged lunatics who are cheering on his death, inciting violence and all that, we're treating them how they are. They're monsters. And so far, over 50 people have been fired. The people who are celebrating Charlie Kirk's death, at least 50 of them, are now being fired. And there's so many of these different people who are celebrating his death. It goes from nurses, it goes from firefighters, it goes from elementary school teachers. And there's even people in the fucking Department of War celebrating this. And God, it goes on and on and on. And there's even people in the damn video game industry who celebrate his death. People in Sucker Punch, Insomniac Games, so many of these different people in those companies are celebrating Charlie Kirk's death. And yes, I'm aware of that because I am a gamer. See that? That's my whole collection of games. I'm a gamer. And I cannot stand this shit anymore. This is not okay at all. And like I said, I'm glad we're finally punishing these people. They need to pay for what they've done. We need to stop turning the other cheek, because that obviously doesn't work. We cannot be tolerating this shit anymore. I'm sick and tired of these demonic liberals destroying the place and acting so insane. I'm sick and tired of these corrupt mainstream media people straight up lie in the face of the American people. And they get paid to do it. They get paid to lie to people. And the Democrat Party, I'm just gonna say it, they should be labeled as a domestic terrorist group. That's what they are, because every day it's always Trump this, Trump that, fascists, Nazis, white supremacists, all that stuff. They say that shit every fucking day. They've been doing that since 2016. And they've been allowed to get away with it too. They are the ones who encourage the citizen to commit violence against conservatives. They're the ones who do it. And they need to pay. So yeah, I don't want to coexist with leftists anymore. Liberals, Democrats, whatever the fuck you want to call it. I do not want to coexist with them anymore. I do not want to be friends with them. Okay? I've had it. Because communication died with Charlie. Okay? He was one of the very few people who was willing to give him a platform. But we cannot be doing this anymore. This has... I'm just speechless. It's really sad what this country has become. The fact that we're told to be okay with this is not cool at all. Well, at least there's some good people who are willing to pray for Charlie Kirk. Like for example, Chris Pratt. Chris Pratt's a famous Hollywood actor. He plays Star-Lord in Marvel. Sorry, and I'm glad that he said that he tweeted out thoughts and prayers to the Kirk family and all that. I'm glad that he's finally speaking up against the leftist establishment. You see, all these Hollywood celebrities, they're nothing but leftist, satanic people. Most of them, at least. There's only a tiny portion of them who have common sense. But the rest, they're straight up evil. And you get so many of these delusional citizens who treat them basically like false prophets. They worship people. I hate celebrity worship. It is evil. It is insane. And then, of course, so the New York Yankees have made a statement. They said that during their last game, they did a moment of silence for Charlie Kirk. They had his face on the screen next to the baseball field. And I'm glad that a baseball team is willing to do what's right when politicians don't. It's sad, really, but I'm glad they have some common sense. And there are some places that shows support for Charlie, like Steak and Shake. It's a restaurant in America. I've been there before. I like their food, and I'm glad that they got common sense. Oh, and Javier Milei, the president of Argentina, he has shown support for Charlie Kirk, so I give him props for that. And I've seen so many of these people who are close to Charlie Kirk, they're mourning him, and I feel so bad for them too, because they were literally friends with Charlie. They made such great connections, so they all basically lost a brother to him. That's what Candace Owens said. She said you basically lost a brother. He was so popular with so many people. He had so much support. And he still does, really. Shit's crazy, and we need to take action. We need to start with federal prosecution. We need to go after these people who incite all this stuff and do it. They need to be punished for what they've done. We can no longer just bat an eye. Yeah, so it was just I haven't taken a break by playing like a game or whatever. This whole event with Charlie Kirk has been in my mind ever since it first happened. Like I said before on X, I've been thinking about Charlie Kirk ever since I saw the news, and I've come to realize that I could possibly meet the same fate. So because of that, and I want you liberals to hear this. Hear me out when I say this. You guys have inspired me to legally purchase a gun. You have. I am now going to save up money to purchase a gun. Once I save up money, I'm going to go to my local firearms store and I'm going to buy a gun. It could be a pistol, it could be a shotgun, who knows. Whatever it's going to be a gun. And I'm going to learn to use it, unlike you. And just so you know, I will defend myself. Because if liberals are willing to do this to Charlie Kirk, they'll do this with anyone. They don't care. They don't care who they hurt. That has never mattered to them, ever. So yeah, I'm gonna eventually save up money for a gun, and just so you liberals know, if you have any ideas, such as tracking me down, hunting me down, invading my property, breaking into my house, attacking my dog, attacking my cat, attacking any of my friends and family, and especially if you try to attack me personally when you see me in public, just so you know, I will not show you any mercy. I will not. If you want to fight, I'll give you a fight. I don't give a fuck about you. You have made it clear that you are the Antichrist. You are my enemy, and I do not want to coexist with you. So if you approach me, try to assault me, and even try to kill me, I will be forced to defend myself. I will. Just remember that. And again, I got no problem go back to court. No problem at all. I want you to remember that. Just this whole incident it's just been so stressful. It has been so heart-aching. Now, you could probably the question you're probably asking is, would this lead to a civil war? And I would say maybe. It is possible. Maybe. I don't know. We should not give in. We should not give up. Don't surrender. None of that. No negotiation. We need to fight against these people. It's like I said, we cannot coexist with them. Liberalism has no place in American society. No place at all. It is un-American. This is not what the founding fathers would have wanted. We need to stand up for what's right, and we really do need to fight. It would not be good to surrender at all. Remember, tolerance is not a Christian virtue. Do not make peace with evil. Destroy it. We must destroy it. We have to fight, people. Do not give in. Alright, that's pretty much it. Thank you all for listening, and please pray for Charlie Kirk's family. Please pray for them. Pray for everyone. Just pray, please. Pray to God that He can fix things, and and get involved as well. Do not be silent. You need to make your voice heard. If you want to see a difference, then you have to be the difference. That's how you do it. Make your voices heard. Fight for what's right. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Thank you all for listening, and I advise you do what I just told you. Thank you all for tuning in, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye.